Hello, it's Crypto CJ. It's a trade of the day, Monday afternoon / evening Zoom edition. And the market's been so boring. I mean, very sleepy, very frustrating, but pretty good for scalping, day trading profits, not so good for swing trading. Let's go to the charts and check it out. Okay, should be seeing my Bitcoin day chart. I'll take that as a
Yes.
yes. Thank you. And as you can see, we've been stuck in this zone for a while that I drew a while ago, thinking I was going to get rid of it, but because we broke through a couple times but couldn't hold it. So the top of my zone is 68.5, the bottom is 63.5. We have broken below today, but we might break back up. We're just up a little bit. Most of the market's red for the altcoins, down a couple percent. But again, Bitcoin's just bouncing between about 63 and maybe 66, give or take. So it's been pretty dull. And most of the alts have been dipping, I don't know, 5 to 10% and coming back a couple percent and dipping some more. So that's been frustrating to try to get to any kind of big move. But anyway, my day trading's gone pretty well, getting those 1 to 2% moves. But swing trading not so much. Haven't closed a swing trade in quite a while. So that was Bitcoin. Ethereum is in the bottom part of my zone here between 3150 and 3500. I just broke back above the 3150 area, so we'll see if we can make some progress in this area and then break through, head towards 4,000 on Ethereum. So in light of this kind of doldrums that we're dealing with since the halving, I thought I'd bring up a optimistic tweet by someone I follow on Twitter, Kyle Chassé, and he's talking about why the the bull run in supply is going to shock the financial world. And these are some of the things we've talked about in the past few weeks, few months. But we've got institutional giants, including BlackRock and China. China's Bitcoin ambitions are supposed to, Hong Kong's ETF might be starting now. It's supposed to start on the 30th. And they're ahead of us on time. So probably tomorrow. And the rarity in ownership, only 5% of the global population owns Bitcoin. I didn't think it was that high, actually, but most of us, so those of us on this call who own Bitcoin, we are in the minority, and based on the halving, the supply is only getting scarcer. And then we're shooting for the 100K milestone and even higher. So yeah, I kind of liked this post. It sort of summarizes some of the things we've been talking about. And again, we're just going through a consolidation phase here. Most people believe that we're going to be breaking up quite a bit higher, breaking through the 73,000 area. And then, I've got my next potential sell area up here on 85K. Seems like that's forever away, but could just be a few weeks. We'll see. Okay, any questions or comments about the markets overall before we look at Altcoin Alert and iCoinPro, see if we can find some day trades and swing trades? Okay, you guys are pretty quiet today. All right, so over to Altcoin Alert, and I'm on the altcoin radar setup. I'm going to reload, get the most recent data. The first sort I use is the AA score. We've got a pretty high number here, 85. I haven't seen many 85s this year. And that's on Request Network, REQ. It's been a while since I've traded it. I was looking at it earlier, and it's in a pretty good zone to trade now. Not financial advice, but again, as you know, this is my supply and demand visible range Lux Algo alert, and I use that for support and resistance. We are in the support area now, which is where you want to be on a long if you're doing a spot trade, wanting the coin to go up, or a leverage trade. 5x, 10x, whatever you feel comfortable with. We're in a pretty good zone right now. The RTI, which is my favorite indicator to trade on short-term matters, it's bouncing around the 20, but it did just break up. So we've got a pretty good entry right now on REQ if you're interested. Let's see where this trades. It's on Coinbase. You can do a spot trade there. Kraken as well. So it's on a lot of exchanges. It's an older project, so shouldn't be that hard to find. REQ looks good for a day trade. And so this is my 15-minute day trading layout featuring the RTI. On my swing trade layout, I'm on the hour chart, and I still have the same support and resistance indicator. I'm using the supertrend for alerts and the Trendio LSMA, which is a moving average indicator for confirmation. And as you can see on the 1-hour chart, we are in the support area, just started a green candle. The LSMA is turned to green, but we don't have a super trend buy yet. So you could get in now early if you want. This looks like a pretty good entry to me. Solid support here at right around 13 cents. So, and then there's always questions in the group about where to get out. Well, here's where to get out. Get out at resistance here at about 9%, around 14.25 cents. If you want to be a little more conservative, we do have a little bit of resistance here at just under 14 cents. So that would be a 7.5% move. That would be a pretty good short-term swing trade. And then if you want to be more aggressive, you could catch the top of the red zone where this wick shot up. I don't usually rely on just one wick for my retraces, maybe 2 or 3 wicks, and we have that here at about 14.5 cents, and that'd be 11% profit on a short-term swing. So if you want to wait till the super trend prints a buy order, you can go ahead and set an alert on it, right click on super trend and choose buy. And this was an AA score and notifications. Yeah, I'd probably leave that the same. Notify an app on my phone, pop up on my computer screen, play sound also on my computer screen, and handbell is sort of my go-to swing trade alert. So that's how I would set that up. Any questions on the REQ, both day trade and swing trade options? Okay, there was another one that interested me on Altcoin Alert, and that is Helium, HNT. This is up 12% today. When everything else is down, this one's up. So I wanted to look at this one because this setup's the near opposite of what we just looked at on REQ. So HNT, Helium, I know it's on some foreign exchanges. I don't know. It is on Coinbase, all right, and crypto.com and Kraken. So you can buy it pretty much anywhere. It is an older project like REQ. And as you can see on the 15-minute chart, instead of in the support area, we're in the resistance area. And I would not want to do a short here or do a long here. I'd be more interested in a short in this scenario. And at the moment on the RTI, it's pointing up. So what I would look for on a short on this one is for it to hook back down and drop below the 80, something like this. And on that alert on a short, looks like this. Right click, add an alert, crossing down, and choose your 80. If you want to keep that on all day, choose once per bar close. Again, that's going to be AA score. And you might want to use a different sound. I use 3 notes reverb and chirpy quite a bit. So something like that. If you want to trade it both directions, which is what I usually do, Right click on the RTI. We're gonna enter a channel with 80 on top, 20 on the bottom. Once per bar close, leave it on all day. Again, that's
But
whoa, hello. Craig's here.
sorry, I thought my microphone was off.
He's in my cerebral cortex.
Sorry about that.
Good to have you, my friend. Okay, where was I? Yeah, AA score purchase on the alert, and uh, again, rest is the same. Now, if you want to, another option, if you want to catch the next long, the next dip, and we haven't had any on helium since back here on Saturday, early Saturday morning, but you can see it broke below the 20 and came back up, shot up with a vengeance. So, that dip below the 20 did eventually turn into a good trade. It did kind of putz around on the 20 here for a while, and that can be frustrating. So those alerts keep going off. You might have 3, 4, 5 alerts in a couple hour period, but that's the nature of alerts. That's going to happen sometimes. But if you just want to catch this on a spot trade, wait for it to dip down. You're going to go crossing up on the 20. And you can go with once per bar close or just once. Again, AA score, you know the rest. So that's my alert on HNT. And any questions on this setup on the day trading chart? All right, let's take a look at this as a swing trade. Okay, we're in the red zone, the resistance area, which is not where you want to take a long trade usually. On the 1 hour chart, if I go to the 4 hour, yeah, it's in the red zone, or almost in the red zone on the 4 hour as well. If you feel strongly, it's still going to go up. The top of the red zone is, 14%. I don't usually just, and yeah, actually, I mean, it was there in late March, so it's a possibility if you want to get in now based on the 4 hour chart. 8 hour chart has a lot of room to move, up to $10 on the day chart. Yeah, same thing. So if you're willing to stay in this for a few weeks, even a couple of months, it could retrace back to where it was back in February and March, which was near $10. And that would be a great swing trade. Okay. And if you want to set an alert on the super trend for it to do something like this, let's say, yeah. So let's say you're in a buy zone and you want to get a better entry, you get a sell and then another buy pretty quickly after that, then you get a better entry. It's not a great example of that, but anyway, the alert you set, if you want to wait for a dip and a retrace, right click on the super trend, buy, and AA score, and the rest is the same. Okay, any questions on HNT? Okay, so we looked at 2 AA scores, and let's look at one of our other sorts. Social activity I've been using quite a bit. I'm gonna match that up with trading activity. And when I see a match like fire or thumbs up, that's something I'm gonna look at further. Got fire on waves, it's up 7% today. Thumbs up on Arweave, it's down 5%, so that might be due for more of a recovery. Yeah, let's look at Arweave. I've been trading that with some frequency lately, so AR on the day trading setup, it's breaking above the 50 now. So this is one of the areas I like to get in. And because that shows usually some strength, and then I look at my cumulative delta for confirmation. So we have a near vertical spike here, but very little confirmation here on the delta. So I mean, there's some green, but they're really small. And this one's a little risky, I think. And then, but you got 4% to the red zone. That's a great day trade. So yeah, I might be inclined to take that one. I think I'm going to actually. And I'd feel better about it if I had a stronger move up on the cumulative delta. Oh, that green candle there is getting a little chubbier. So yeah, I like it, and plenty of room up to the red zone here, the resistance, 4%, good stuff. So that's the day trade on Arweave. Let's look at this as a swing or a spot trade. And we're pretty close to the red zone on the 1 hour. Yeah, it's pretty similar to the setup we looked at on the day trade. Let's look at the 30-minute chart. Yeah, it looks about the same. 4 hour. Okay, we've got resistance back here at over $40 from late March. So if you're willing to stay this in a couple of weeks, for a couple of weeks, you might pick up 20% on Arweave. So yeah, kind of like that. The buy signal on the super trend on the 4 hour went off right about here at 36.20 and then dipped down and then it's coming back up. So, this one could be, not financial advice, but this one could be a decent entry now to get up to this $40, $42 area if you are so inclined. So yeah, Arweave looks pretty good for a longer term swing trade. Any questions on either the swing trade or the day trade approach with Arweave? Okay, we're moving along. Let's do one more sort on Altcoin Alert, and let's do long-term sentiment. I like to match this up with the Elder Impulse Daily and use this for longer-term trades. Again, HNT keeps showing up. We've only got four bullish on the Elder Impulse Daily at the moment. So when I see that, sometimes I'll just sort by the Elder Impulse. And it'll bring those four up right away. HNT, T-Fuel. We looked at HNT already. Let's look at T-Fuel. I think that one trades on Coinbase. We'll look at this as a swing trade. No, this one's only on foreign exchanges, looks like. Yeah, I think we'll bail on that then. Let's sort this the opposite way. Sort this as a bearish option. So I will do this sometimes to look for coins that have been beaten down and are due for a recovery. SLP, Digibyte, SHIB, Curve, Mask, FTM I like. Link. Let's look at FTM. Bantam. And we'll start on the 30. And right, just emerging out of the green zone here, out of support. And we've got about 8% up to the red zone on the 30-minute chart. So there's room to move. It's one in a sell, but it's mostly chopping here. So it's probably going to print a green super trend pretty soon. I wouldn't necessarily wait on that. I kind of like this entry. I'd hold some funds back in case it dipped down into the green zone or below, like down here at around 68 cents. I'd be looking to maybe get in there for a ladder buy if necessary. But I like this entry emerging out of the green zone and then heading up to the red, 7 or 8%. Let's look at the hour. Looks about the same. A little bit more. How about the 4-hour? Yeah, we were up over $1 earlier in April. So, I mean, that would be a great swing trade, 40%. I'd probably go in just below $1 as my exit. Get in now around the 71.5 cents. Ride it up to, let's see, am I in this? I have to reevaluate my swing trades. Maybe I might jump on this one. But if you want to wait for, further confirmation, because at the moment in the 4-hour, we don't have any confirmation. We don't have a buy on the super trend. We don't have a green on the Trendio LSMA. So you can set an alert on super trend for a long or a buy. And this was this was a long-term sentiment. And handbell. So I'm gonna go ahead and create that one. Maybe trade it tonight if it turns for me. But again, I think this entry is pretty good. Any questions on FTM or Altcoin Alert before I head over to iCoinPro? Okay. Let's head over to iCoinPro, home of the 123 dip. And I like to use the RSI SPY and the Buddy Coin Crawler tools to find coins to day trade. The system's more day trading than Altcoin Alert. Got a chat question. Okay. Craig has to bail for another meeting. So I'm gonna reload on the RSI SPY. And we've got COS, not familiar with that one. I'm usually looking for values 30 and lower on the 1-hour RSI. RSI is a similar indicator to the RTI. On the 1-hour chart, if something's been beaten down below 30, it's usually due for a recovery. So those can be some pretty good entries. I like to put alerts on them to get the ideal entry, or as close as I can. But I'm not seeing much below 30. Optimism is something I like to trade. So we'll check out OP. We'll fudge a little on our 30 rule. And let's look at that one. OP. Okay, we're on the 15-minute day trading chart. It's coming out of the green zone. Hasn't broken above the RTI yet, so this one's due. This one's in a pretty good spot. What does it look like on the 5? Yeah. It did a sort of a 1, 2, 3 dip. We're a little late for that. 1, 2, 3, enter here. And 1.4%. That's that's pretty good, a decent day trade on the 5-minute chart. I like to use the RTI and get a little more steam behind my recovery. So when it breaks above the 20, that tends to keep going. So I like this on OP. I'll show you how I do my alert. Going to trade it both directions. I'm going to enter, well, I'll just go crossing up on this. 20. I'll just leave it on once. But if I do this kind of alert early, in the morning, I'm gonna choose once per bar close, leave it on all day. This was RSI SPY. And I'll go with 3 notes reverb, click create. And that one breaks above the 20, then I'll probably jump in. But I would not criticize anybody for getting in now. We've got, 4 candles here, 5 candles, green. I don't usually look at the cumulative delta for this setup for the dip and the retrace. I use this more for trend-based trading, but there's nothing wrong with looking at it anyway and getting a little better feeling. And we got, a trend heading up. So OP looks good as a day trade. Your exit could be this middle zone here where the yellow line is on the support and resistance. And that would be a 6% move. That's a really good day trade. Or you try to hold it all the way up here to the red zone, which is 12%. That's a great day trade. So, any questions on optimism? Okay. Well, we didn't have many options with the RSI SPY. Now I can sort it the opposite way, kind of like I showed you on the long-term sentiment on iCoinPro, and look for those above 70. So anchor is something I trade sometimes. Oh, my Arweave long is already already done, already closed, 1.3%. Love it. All right, so anchor ANKR, I like that one. CKB, but these are 60 values. That's better than nothing. Let's check out anchor as a day trade. And looks like we're a bit late on this one. It broke above the 20 early this morning, broke above the 50 about an hour later, and still trending up. It's got about 2% left to the red zone. A bit risky, but just broke above the 80. In more of a bull market, I will put alerts on the 80 and take those trades if I have confirmation from the cumulative delta and just pick off 1 to 2% day trades off that kind of move. But the way the market's been consolidating lately, the 80 hasn't been as successful. So I've had some good results with the 50. So what you could do if you want to do the 50, you right click on the RTI, add an alert, crossing up on the 50. And this was RSI SPY. And you're good to go. So if it dips below like this, it didn't quite break below, but if it went down here and then came back up, then you would get that alert. Okay, any questions on Anchor? All right, let's head over to the Buddy Coin Crawler. It's the other tool I like on iCoinPro. And I'm sorting on the average low to SMA, and the low is a 24-hour low, and the SMA is the red line you see between the Bollinger Bands, the green kind of bubble-looking bands you see on my charts. So I'm looking for 4% or higher. That just tells me something's moving that day. It doesn't tell me if it's moving up or moving down. So we've got H bar at 19%. That's a really gaudy number. This one's been crazy lately. We went over it in some detail on Friday. Cody is one that's had a lot of action lately. Doge. I've been trading Doge on day trading more and more often lately. Let's check it out. I mean, you can trade Doge anywhere pretty much. And yeah, it's about to break the 50. Nice confirmation from the cumulative delta. So I like this as a day trade. And, you know, the red zone's up here around 4.5%. Good stuff. So if you wanted to get in that now, I think that would be reasonable. Yeah. Dips below the 20, breaks above 45-degree. Well, you know, steeper than that, nearly straight up. And that one looks good. Let's see, what's Bitcoin doing? Let's get back over to the 15-minute chart on Bitcoin. All right, we're getting some action on Bitcoin. It's probably driving up the altcoins. So we've had a, you know, 1.5% move in the last hour and 15 minutes. So yeah, we might be in for a ride tonight. All right. Any questions on Doge? Okay. We'll look at one more on the Buddy Coin Crawler, then we'll wrap it up if there's no questions. Let's see. Cody, we looked at, I think on Friday, or we haven't looked at VET in a while. VeChain, oldie but a goodie. Maybe we'll look at this one as a swing trade as well. All right, so VET is pushing 4 cents. And again, it's the same as we looked at the last few. You've got 2.5% to the red zone. I'd probably take Doge instead of this one, given the choice, because it's got a little more room to move. But yeah, it's broken above the 20 and the 50 at the moment. Good confirmation on the cumulative delta. So I like this as an entry, like now. As a swing trade, on the hour chart, we're in just emerging out of the green zone on this one. And we have shorter term resistance here at about 3%. And yeah, just under, right around 8 to 9% here in the red zone, around 4.3 cents. So you could probably find a better mover than this. Yeah, I don't trade VeChain as much as I used to. It used to be a little more volatile, but it's kind of like, you know, Litecoin and BCH and those kind of coins that move more than Bitcoin and Ethereum, but not nearly as much as some of the more aggressive altcoins. So it's just, of course, it's not going to burn you as badly too if it goes against you. All right, it's always fun to do this Zoom call and have trades that are ready now. So I hope you guys you know, learned something and or took some trades. Any questions on VeChain or anything else we talked about? iCoinPro, Altcoin Alert. Okay, then I will wrap it up here. If you have any questions that you don't want to talk about on a recorded Zoom call, then feel free to email me at cryptocj13@gmail.com. You can find my, you know, if you're not in a place you can write that down, I post my email quite a bit in the Slack group. So for Altcoin Alert, if you're watching on the recording, I appreciate that. I'd rather see you live, but I'll take what I can get. Check out the opportunities listed in the pinned comment. They help fund the channel. I'll see you guys on Friday. Happy trading. Bye.
Thank you.